Happy One Wheel Wednesday, everybody. My name is Scott Mendenhall. Welcome to our YouTube channel. It's the Scott Mendenhall Friends podcast where we talk about one wheel, what's hot, what's not. We bring in some of the most famous celebrities that ride one wheels. Like today, we got Jeff. Oh, man, we're really excited about having Jeff. The dude can shred. He's coming off a win, a late win in the 2023 season of the one wheel races. Dude's a champ. He's just, I almost said he's a warrior, but he's amazing. But he's not. We'll have to ask him if he's ever served in the armed forces. Nonetheless, we're talking about the GTS series. We're talking about 5 inches hubs and a chat with Jeff Adair. Is he going to race in 2024? Is that his final race season? All those great things. I'm joined as always with some great human beings to my right in a red shirt, matching me in a Viking sweatshirt, my one and only wife. Holly, how we doing today?
I'm doing great. How's everybody else doing? I'm in a gray shirt.
Yeah, did I say red shirt?
Yeah.
Red hat.
Red hat, gray
Confusing.
shirt.
It's
Vikings,
confusing.
one wheel.
And
Best of the best.
If you look just to the right of Holly in that shot, you got Lily, who's in the shot right there. But we got a close shot on Lily. Lily's right there.
Hey everyone, I got the wrong shade of red, but
Yeah, it's in the fam.
I just wear it because it's a one wheel.
Yeah, Midwest
one wheel.
Great. You can go there
That's
and
for
get
the
yourself a
women.
hoodie that looks like that.
Yep, you can.
Since we're already on colors, if you watch our podcast last week, we've been talking about, it's been a discrepancy in the office about the color of blue the GTS logo is.
This is it. This is the color.
That's the color is not. But
yeah,
it's
it is.
No.
It's so similar.
No way.
Oh, I
Where
think
is-
it.
No
one
way.
sees what I'm pointing
Where's
at.
our
though.
GTS?
The GTS is on the other side of the office. That is not the color
No,
blue.
that's
Let's
too
put one on the
royal.
screen really quick for everybody that you live on some rock. You don't know about the color of blue. We got a logo here that has the GTS just sitting on it right here. Check this out. I believe right there. See that blue? That is not the blue that's in Lily's hand. No.
Well, I think it looks very.
Here we
a
go.
little bit more royal.
Last week we were talking about, is it Tiffany blue? It's actually Babe blue.
Babe,
Babe the blue ox.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you really want to look at it and write it, this is the true number
Where'd you
for the
cut?
color. It is hashtag for the number sign 2 BABE2. That is the actual color of the one wheel for all of you Photoshop
so
lovers out there.
Yeah, so if I'm on
I got you.
Photoshop, it'll
Can
work.
you repeat that?
Yeah, for all of you out there that want to know the real color of the one wheel GT, it is hashtag sign or the number sign 2 BABE Babe 2. It's the Babe.
Babe 2.
Yeah, 2 Babe 2, like Babe the Blue Ox. Boom. There he is. That's the color blue we're talking about.
Did you go research that?
Man, I read the comments of the people, of our fans, those people that will tune in every week. Thank you for being a part of the Scott Mendenhall and Friends podcast. We listen to you.
They're right. That's correct.
Yes. Okay.
And I think that's one will shout out to the Minnesota crew.
Why?
Babe the blue ox.
Babe the blue
Oh, Babe
ox.
the Blue Ox. Yeah, they love Minnesota. Now, let's get another man that's sharp, brilliant, and creative, fast, very, very fast. Can ride one wheels with a 5-inch hub, 6-inch hub, and a 7-inch. His arsenal is ridiculous of one wheels. He has a picture out there that he is in bed with 2 GTs, one of which is his, and another is someone else's. There's a lot to be said in that picture right there, even knowing one wasn't his. The guy is a man. He is not a myth. He is human. He bleeds, but not very much. This guy is Jeff Adair. How we doing, Jeff, today? You good?
Jeff.
Hey, first off, that was the shop's board, so it's half mine, okay? So it wasn't necessarily all the way doing it dirty, okay?
Yeah, he's starting rumors over here. I'm like,
God, this guy,
Jeff.
Scott.
I did not start anything.
you said it might be his, might be not.
No, I said it definitely was not his.
Oh,
There was no mic.
Yeah, that's even more.
I was very, very very truthful
You know
on
what?
that.
I took it that night, and I made it mine for that awesome, beautiful night, and you can't take that away from me, Scott.
I can't.
So,
It's
yes,
you know
it was
what?
mine.
One of the interesting things about what you post, like if people aren't following Jeff, he's full of entertainment and knowledge of what you should purchase and have in your arsenal. But the things that Jeff posts, you can't unsee. And you see, and sometimes you wish you could
That's why he
Look,
does
I'm
it.
I was a class clown. You know, I'm always gonna be trying to be funny.
What?
And so, yeah, dude. Like,
I bet you were always getting in trouble.
So,
Well,
you know,
Were you-
I just, you know, I'm 38, but I'm feeling like 22, 23. So I apologize about some of the content I create. It may be a little rated R at times, but thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. Give him a follow. Hey, did you know that about the color blue? Did you just learn something that the color? We gave you the color number for the GT S, I should
Listen,
say.
when Future Motion a few months back, sorry about this, Kyle. When Future Motion hit us up a few months back and was telling us to go ahead and start prototyping this bad boy for him, he actually got the color from us. Okay, so
Oh.
shout out to Kyle.
Is
He
that true
actually
news
gave
or
us
fake
the-
news?
Fake news. Fake news. Hold on, but is that close to the blue? Or is it really?
I like to call it. To be honest, like Kelly never really did much for me, so why would I promote her? I call this teal or turquoise. All right.
Okay.
Teal
Who's
is a
Kelly?
little easier.
Kelly
off the
blue.
tongue.
Kelly
Isn't
blue.
it Kelly Green?
That looks like
I've never heard of that in my life.
what?
Kelly Blue?
Oh, Tiffany blue. I forgot.
Oh,
I was gonna say
You're acting like you knew. Oh my God.
Kelly
this
Green.
is
When she said Kelly Green, I was
Tiffany.
like, oh.
I
Yeah.
was like, it's
There's
Kelly
probably
Green.
a Kelly out there that's pretty blue,
It's green.
but anyway.
I've never even heard of
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I got the, and you've put the, like this blue, the reason why I keep saying Tiffany blue is because this blue on the bang bumpers,
And that looks
is that
more
your
Tiffany
bang?
than the GTS.
that matches so well. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
think so.
We're about to do a sick video on this soon. on these.
This
Look,
is
right here.
Yeah,
If you put
that's
that
right on
and
point.
this together,
On point.
Those are sweet.
just to, hey, just to feel these, it's so smooth.
To feel them
I
is to
used
love
mine as a
them.
dinner plate the first 2 nights. I was eating food on them. So yeah, they're
Oh, you are acting
very
like you're
good
22, Jeff.
It's a very good surface.
It is.
I'm
Feel
sorry,
that. Tell
Will.
me that's not
He's
something.
calling me
It's a
out. He's
very
saying I'm not
good-
mature. I apologize.
Lily, check. Lily's gonna hold that up. What are you doing, Lily?
Ever
I was
since you got
getting it on
married,
camera.
Lily, you've really turned a new side. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Jeff.
Put Lil up there.
I'm
My
kidding.
switch there.
I'm just teasing.
It's
teasing.
very soft. I feel like I could eat a nice slab of salmon off of it.
No, for sure.
Right, Jeff?
I could see the Papa Dough just yeah.
Let me get
some
a
salmon
nice
on there,
steak.
greens.
Yeah.
For those that listen to our podcast, they're holding the new bang bumpers from
Yeah.
Foot Life.
They are
Slap
nice.
slow.
They are nice.
Every Friday, they're releasing a new color. What color do you think they're going to release this week?
Pink.
I would say pink's a good one. Purple. that
Hashtag
green.
2babe2.
Purple? I don't. Hey, me just creating a little bit of. I think it's too soon to do pink for them. I think they're not going to do pink for a little bit.
You really think so? Maybe it
I
could be
don't
like
know
an
that.
homage.
Yeah, nod to
To
Bodie.
Bodie.
Oh, that would be to do pink then. They're probably like, "Yo, Bodie, we're still repping over
We
here.
love
Let's
you.
do
Yeah,
it."
you don't own the color pink. And that's us making drama, just for everyone
You are-
out there.
Yeah, we are. We've
It's
got
not
a
true
lot
drama.
of drama up in this place today.
Okay, we got Jeff here. Let's talk about. Let's just rewind the clock. Now let's talk about the GTS. People want to know Jeff's hot take on the GTS series. What's your thoughts? I'm gonna drop this. And everybody would know this, like, because if they follow you on Instagram, they know you podium #1 in a race recently, but you were not holding a GTS in the air, though you had one in your possession. So, what's your thoughts on the GTS series?
All right, so the GTS, as soon as I got on it, the very first time I ever felt the power, I was like, dude, I don't even want to ride a GT. And so that was like the feeling and the thoughts going.
Now,
into
why
this
was
past
that? Hold on.
weekend.
I'm going to interrupt you, Jeff, because like you say that, but what created, for somebody like, why? You've rode so many different stinking one wheels, right? Why would you, what caused that feeling out of the box?
Okay, so between the GT and the GTS, the GTS actually has get up and go, like from like 15 to 20 miles per hour, 25 miles per hour. A customer just walked in, guys. I'm sorry. Let's go.
Hey, welcome to
Welcome
the
to
shop.
the podcast. It's being streamed across the world. But while he's talking to a customer, Lily recently got on the GTS. Let's Epic, if we can. There you
He's
go.
like- he's
Let's
like, I
mute
need
him,
to
Ep.
mute you guys.
Epic, let's mute Jeff while he's doing with a customer. We'll come back to Jeff in a second. You were just recently on the GT like moments
I
ago,
was.
first time.
Just before, first ever.
Yeah, what was your thoughts on
It was
hopping
great.
on it?
I can tell there's a bite to it. I'm not really the type to push the limits right away, and so I had to push it to see the difference. And I also climbed a couple hills that were it was obvious. I thought I heard some beeps. I felt a buzz at one point.
Going up a hill?
Going uphill, not going too fast. So I can see why people would love it that are wanting to like go faster. For me, the GT's already fast enough. Like I need to get faster on the GT itself, but I like the hill climbing.
Yeah,
That is what is notable to me is the hill climbing.
and I think too the Joe Rider, as we self-claim here that we're Joe Riders, is that what you're going to notice out of the box is the power to climb and get over terrain. Top end speed. We're not a Jeff who keeps popping in there. Looks like he's done with his customer, but we're not a Jeff who's going 35 miles an hour.
No.
We are Joes that love to just get out there and ride. So, Jeff, let's get back to you now that the customer maybe has walked out. What is it in the GTS series that you're loving?
All right, so check it out. The GTS, as soon as I got on it, I just heard people being able to hit 30 without any problem, right? So I get it at 10 o'clock at night or 9:30. I literally go onto like a dark road I've never rode down. And sure enough, what people were saying was true. You can hit 30 with no problem. So just straight out the box and just first impressions, just that alone, being 30 is kind of sketchy on the GT. That was impressive. And so I continued to ride it for the next few days and saw that the get up and go is kind of like the best way I can describe it, is just so much better than the GT. Whereas like if you compare the two, like the GT almost has like a lag in comparison to how much power the GTS gives you. And so I went into last weekend thinking that, right? And so there was a race in Hot Springs. And so I go down there to Hot Springs and I have my control freaks. I have a 5-inch on a GTS, and I'm pretty certain that I'm going to be racing this board. Well, this race was in a very hard technical trail. It was only 2 miles long, but to give you an idea, it took all the fastest riders 10 to 12 minutes to finish that 2.2 miles. So there was really never a place where the GTS really could shine. There was never a place where there was just wide open you could go hardcore on. So because I have so much experience on the regular GT, I kind of did a slow and steady win. You know, I beat the second place guy who was a GTS on a 5-inch by 1 minute. And I feel like what was happening there was all the riders were forcing themselves to ride this GTS that they don't know yet. And so I'm racing I'm racing a board that I know very well. I know the tune very well. I'm very comfortable on it because I'm on some 357Ts, that's control freaks, a 6-inch billet versus the 5-inch. And I only came off the board one time on this. You know, I think it took me 9:56 to get around the whole loop. But I think that's what it was. I think everyone was trying to learn this board. And so after this weekend, I was like, damn, the GT still has a place, right?
Yeah.
Well, I put my GTS back together and I rode it yesterday. And I was like, oh, I stand corrected. Wait until we learn this bad boy. People are going to get hurt this race season. Do you understand me? That board is badass. GTS shits on the GT. Sorry about that. I know this is a Christian show. Dang. The GTS crap on the GT. It's just this weekend, I know the GT very well, and we're in this weird timing right now where people don't really know the GTS that well, right?
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I think in months to come, that's going to change. I don't think another person can really beat a GTS on a GT once everyone gets acclimated to the GTS, because riding it yesterday, I was like, oh my God. This thing is just a power horse. No matter when, you're accelerating out of corners way better. I will say that there was someone that said from 0 to 10, you really don't see it that much. And I kind of feel that a little bit now because the takeoff, I've dipped a couple times when I'm forcing it. And I'm thinking, okay, if this is a vest, this shouldn't dip at all. You know, like I want my nose to be strong as heck. But from 10 miles per hour on, dude, I can freaking demand it. And that thing just zips. So
I think that's been one of the cooler things, Jeff, and I think you say it quite well. 0, just to take off. I've already sent myself to the ground because I just thought it would have more power at the beginning. But maybe, and I haven't messed with this, Jeff, I wonder if we went to the aggression setting and moved it back, right? Like, so you have more power at the beginning or more torque there. I wonder if that alleviates that. I have not messed with that. So everyone listening, go mess with that before. I think you're probably talking about those custom shaping being right at stock, maybe, because I haven't messed with that part.
Yeah, I want my nose to be a little stiffer, but dude, that GTS, dude, oh my gosh, when we learn that, it's going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem. I do love that when I'm already going 10 miles an hour and I want to smash it, I can smash it and I don't find myself running out because I over torqued it. Climbing hills, hitting those hills, and being able to feel like I still have more. I was zipping up hills around here over the last couple of days where I used to have to walk out. Now I'm climbing and I can give it a little bit more. I For all those that are hating on the GTS and you haven't rode one, stop. Go ride the thing, then give your opinion, because it is. I mean, it's packed full. Now let's talk about something new that's coming out of your shop. You guys posted an image of. I don't think I've seen an actual, but you have 007 rails coming.
Yeah.
One, I like the name.
The big thing, I actually named it. So shout out to Jeff Adair for naming it.
Woo! Nailed it on the name,
Good
Jeff.
job. Way
Woo,
to
we
go,
applaud
Jeff.
you.
We validate your
Yes.
successes.
Now hold on. Is it really 007, or just like the 357s is the number into the angles?
Yeah, I mean, like, I just did it off the hip when we were talking about the angles. I was just like, let's call it the 007s. And Shoemaker was like, dude, I like that. So I think that it stuck from the jump. But yeah, ever since the GTS came out, and also with the firmware that came out, everyone was worried about the angled rails and the blocking of the NRF app and the digital tilt tap. So that was just a problem that was going to be going on until someone did something, either tilt kit or rails. So we just went with the rails. I told Shoemaker, I was like, dude, we need just some rails that have 0 degrees in the front, so there's no worry about the angle, the re-angle, and we have to have our 7 degree in the back, so 007s.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I cannot wait until you have some in your hands, because you better do some play off of 007.
Yeah, well, real quick too, what's cool about the 007s is we did away with the actual carriers having to be with it, so we made it more affordable. It's the same skeleton design. We've actually dropped the T. You know how it used to be called 357T? We dropped the T, and now they're just called 357 skeletons moving forward. We want to really coin that name. And so the 357 skeletons will be coming back out for VESC and for people that learn how to do the tilt whenever that happens. So we are still going to have 357Ts. And also with those, you could ride elevated, or you can mess with custom shaping if that's the angles you prefer. But so you didn't have to mess with that. We did drop the 007s, and they're going to be on pre-order. They were supposed to be on pre-order today, but we're working. We're working really hard on it, and I think it's actually going to go official tomorrow. We didn't want to half roll it out, and we're dropping 3 different rails. So let me give you a really quick rundown. The 007s. That's going to be the 007s, that's going to be for your GT owners and your new firmware owners of the GT, okay? That way you don't have to do your retilting. Anyone on a GT VESC or anyone that has perhaps 6109 software, rewheel, all that kind of stuff, you can do the 357T or the 357 skeletons. And then lastly, we got something very exciting for the VESC guys. It's the 357 skeleton XLs. And so that's going to be for the people that want to enter the big tire gang. And something even more exciting about that actual set of rails is we were doing some tests, and we were able to take stock boxes, the stock controller, the stock battery, take out a little bit of cord, and we were able to use stock GT stock battery power situation for the XLs. So when our stator drops, you can just pop that bad boy in and have a future motion tuned big tire gang board. And I think that's very important because to be honest, I've never liked the best tune. It feels very, it don't feel like a big Cadillac like I'm used to when I'm on my, well, not a big Cadillac. When I'm on my FM board, it feels like a tuned luxury car. The power steering. When I'm on a bed, it feels like the power steerings went out in a '99 Kia or something. Of course, it is
Oh my
powerful,
gosh.
but it just feels real rinky dinky, And so I've always preferred the tune of Future Motion. And so I think that's going to be cool that you can keep the tune with Future Motion with the XLs if you want to. The GT has a big battery, and I think the GTS going down the line, if people have a problem with, those motors, this is going to be another option. You can get a stator from us, and you can keep your same power system with the XLs. If they have the XS power cords like we tested on one of the GTs here at the shop.
That's pretty sweet, bro. We have a picture of the 007s that you guys have on your website. If you go to onewheelparts.com, it says sold out. It's going to go live. Here's a picture. There you go. Those look sweet, man.
Oh, my God. Those are sexy as hell. Guys, those are the 007s. If you have a GT or a GTS, you're going to need to get those. Look at those angles. Literally, think about racing that.
I love how you react to those like it's the
That's
first time
you've
saw
seen them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I'm so blown away by it.
I'm sorry I didn't have that reaction with you, Jeff.
See that sexy ass rail.
Let's try it again.
No,
Let's try it again. This is our first time.
No. We're gonna have Lily do it though. We'll have Lily see it.
Okay,
and
Lily,
then
don't
she's
curse
gonna,
like
this
Jeff
is gonna
did.
be Lily's first.
It's gonna be hard not to repeat everything.
That's
he just
Lily's
said.
actual first look at it. But here we go. This is Lily. Here's the 007's rails from One Wheel Parts. Check it out. What do you think? Oh, let's try that again. I'll switch her.
But
I'm
I
so
saw
sorry.
it. I saw
No,
it.
you had already seen
Are
it.
those
Go back to
Ferrari?
Lily.
All right. Here we go.
Pause
Here we
again.
go.
Sorry, Jeff. We screwed up because Jeff's going to rip this and put it out there.
All right, Jeff, this is
Lily,
for you.
Lily Arnold, this is your first look at the 007
I can't wait. I'm so
rails
excited.
for your GT. What do you
Oh
think?
my gosh, look at those rails. You're saying I can put that on a one wheel? A real life one wheel? Check out those angles. I'm not even into geometry and I'm all about those angles. Is that Tiffany blue?
Woo! Those are fire, man. That's
Jeff,
like
how'd I do?
I am so proud of you.
Hire
I take
me.
back everything I said earlier because, I mean, dude, since the marriage, you've got a lot actually better with your sales pitches, I think. So,
Hire me, Jeff. Let's go.
That's so good.
I
do
do
think
want to know what color you're calling that.
right now we got them as teal, but we can decide later. You know, a little group FaceTime.
Seafoam.
We'll change. We'll get on the same page.
Seafoam green.
They kind of look seafoamy.
Seafoam green all the way. If you did the
that's
seafoam green with that blue, oh my goodness, that'd be so sharp. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
That Jeff's holding up some billet. Yeah. He's
yeah,
got,
one of them's like more royal. Is that what you're asking?
No, he's showing you the different sizes. It's a 5-inch hub and a 6-inch hub, which is a game changer. If you've not rode a change of the hub size on your GT, you are missing. It changes the ride drastically. We've been riding a 5-inch hub for a while, and it just is a different ride. I don't think it's now anyone. If I'm not a good salesman because I just give you my real thoughts. I don't think the 5-inch hub is for every terrain. I think it's awesome on chunky hill climbing, like Windman races. It was perfect there. I think there's a learning curve built into 5-inch hubs. What do you think, Jeff?
So the 5-inch is really gnarly. I've been enjoying it. I've been on it for like 2 months now, and it's got a lot of great pros to it. I can see every gnarly trail rider wanting a 5. I think there's a slew of people out there in the community that are not going to prefer it. They're going to prefer their 6 still because it is a little squirrely. It's not as stable. And just from the jump, they're going to feel that. They're not going to like it. They're going to want to go back to their tried and true 6-inch. And so here at Tech Rails, we have a family of wheels, all right? We don't discriminate over here. We have 5 and 6. And we believe that the 6s have riders, and we believe the 5s have riders. Like I said, every gnarly trail rider is going to want to have a 5. And then every person that's just, kind of a hybrid rider, they're riding in the streets, they're riding in the trails, kind of vibing out. Go ahead and get that tried and true 6, baby, with all those tire options, those ones that feel really good. Hold on, someone's calling me. Another happy customer with 6? Oh, sick.
All they do is satisfy customers. I gotta
You're
say,
so funny.
you say everybody needs one of each. Like you're talking about. I mean, if you got 2 GTSs, you're talking about $7,000 in. So let's. I'm gonna make you choose. Okay, you gotta choose.
I was gonna ask that as well. Like,
But am I
That's
not
no
wrong
problem.
on? But you have 2 that you offer there, but the stock GT is a 6.5, correct?
Yes.
So you have 6.5, 6, and 5. Okay, so you got these options. What one is?
Well, you really don't have options, Scott. So let me stop you there. We don't really have throw 6.5 out the options. I mean, you're born with that one. It's not you got that one, so it's not even really an option. The option is to actually take that one off and get one of these bad boys.
Okay. Well, okay, so you're picking. You can only have one. I don't work for One Wheel Parts, and so I have to choose. Like, I'm not a sponsored athlete from your.
Question because there's a question that needs to be asked. We're not like other companies, and we're gonna just give you a product. We're gonna actually what's it called when we consult? We're gonna consult with you and find out which type of rider you are. All right, you can't really that's how customer service we are over here at Tech Rails. I mean, at One Wheel Parts and Tech Rails. Love you, Tech Rails.
Yeah, but hold on. If I go to your website, I don't get that. I don't have that option. I'm glad I can call you and say, Jeff, what?
Isn't on the website yet. The 5 isn't on the website yet. Right now, it's the tried and true. That's what everyone's known. The 5-inch is brand new, baby. It's rarity.
So you're
now
saying
that the 5 is here, we're in the chat. All right, we've been talking about this bad boy for over a year.
yeah. I've not rode a 6, so I cannot share a thought on a 6 yet. I would.
Well, I'm sorry you haven't enjoyed and got to experience that part of life yet. I would
I know.
suggest to hop on a 6 very soon.
Well,
There's nothing like mobbing down Seek and Shreddits on a 6.5-inch Maxxis, taking the fastest time in qualifier, beating other
yeah,
5
baby.
inches there.
But hold on.
Yeah.
I've not searched this one, Jeff, so this is an honest question. The only place in my understanding to get a 6-inch hub is right there with you, right? I mean, you can go somewhere else and probably find one, but no one's offering this but you guys.
Well, the thing is, Scott, you're not allowing the listeners here to know that a lot of people just take their XR hub and machine it out and have to go through this big hurdle to get that 6-inch. At Tech Rails, we have taken that off your shoulders, and we know all those mean machine guys, and you don't even have to mess with them. We went ahead and machined XR style hubs that actually look really good too for your GT, so you don't even have to mess with it. Besides, get on www.onewheelparts.com, get a 6-inch billet today. Hell, you missed the deal. We were giving free Maxxis away for a little while, so
I did see that.
but it is Black Friday still, so we are still discounted on the rails and the billets and 30% off grip tape, which is amazing.
Which is amazing. I love the 5-inch. I don't know if I said it was squirrely in this or somebody else.
You said it earlier. It was at a different thing that you had said.
Because I have learned, like I misspoke a while ago with the 5-inch. When I say squirrely, it is the tire that's making it squirrely. It becomes more nimble, and if you're not ready at high speeds,
I was going to say the Float Life taught you on that.
you get wobbly, and it's not the 5-inch. I just want to be clear on that. When I'm saying that, and I speak, I love it. The only reason that 5-inch is not on a one wheel right now is that one wheel that was on is in the shop, and it had nothing to do with the hub. It is so. That's the only reason why I have it in my hand. I was thinking the other day, Jeff, what would I choose to ride, the GTS or the 5-inch if I had them laying by? Because I do enjoy the 5-inch ride and how it crushes climbs. And then I was like, what would it be like to have a 5-inch on a GTS?
Well, the 5-inch, the two pros that are really nice about it is it's better suspension, and number two, right behind that, is it's got more torque. So the 5-inch on a GTS would be cool for all you hill testers out there. But guys, start riding down the hills. What's up? What's the hell? Like, dude, if you guys want to ride up some hills, bro, I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna jump in that club, and my little ass is gonna be climbing hills.
Yeah, you're gonna win, right? Yeah, but come on,
right,
to
so
ride down the hill, Jeff, to ride.
This hill climb.
To
Go
ride
down
up
the
a hill,
hill.
or to go down a hill, you gotta go up it. We don't have ski lifts
Yeah,
around
that's
here.
going to be like the feature at Race for the Rails. Like you
I
don't get to
feel
ride
you,
up the
but
hill
I mean, I
anymore.
just feel like people are highlighting the most lamest part of the GTS. Like, there's so many hill climb tests. Let's have some ripping tests or something, you know? So,
Yeah.
shout out to all the hill climbs, though. I apologize. I love all you guys, Max, Daddy-O, all my homies that hill climb, Nico. But there's probably going to be a hill climbing test one day. I'm going to put my name in that.
Hey, hold on. You should think about when you go to like the truck. I don't know what the events are called, but like people are always testing out their Jeeps. Well, can Jeeps climb this or trucks climb this? So there is a space people do like that.
Though. It's a one wheel.
Yeah, but
one wheel. It's more cool to go down the hill. I feel like if everyone's just like going up the hill, like I go up every time I go to a mountain, I got to go up the hill all the time. I never film it because it's boring. It's lame.
Yeah,
but what if GTS is the inspiration for a new Race for the Rails where it's
it's not going to be. I agree with Jeff. It's not. It's not sexy.
Vest would have done that. And the vest is the reason I got a vest straight up is I was inspired by the hill climb. I'm over there at Lemonade, and it's Billy Shredder and the other cool homie. Dang it, I'm sorry, dude, Justin Halbert, and he's like, dude, go to that rock right there and just lean forward. I'm like coming up to it, looking for a line. He's like, don't look for a line, just like lean into it. This thing Billy goated up like a damn slanted wall. I was like, well, I got to get one of these. And so, yeah, like. The vest is very powerful for some hill climbing, and so shout out to the hill climbs.
Yes, but it is not. You're not. I think the reason you see so many people showing it is the only way to really show what we mean when it's got better torque and power. You can only see it there because on flat surfaces, it's what you feel at your feet. You can't film what you're feeling. So I think the
I
hills
feel you.
show
No, I feel you.
when you say there's more power. But
I love some
again,
hill tests. You know that.
when I was at Win for the Windman and I was on the 5-inch hub, it was so much fun because there were sections of the race where you still had to go up, and I didn't struggle. Where so many people talked about they're just driving their nose into it. So there's a place for 5-inch hubs. I like that ride.
Sure.
And I think you got to find a tire that you're going to like. Flow Life in the comment section just talking about the squirreliness. I do think it's there. There's
Shout out to
another one.
Float Life.
What tire you got on there?
This is a burst. I got the Enduro 5.5 soft. Shout out to Marky from Shark. They were sold out. And so I put online in search of a Enduro because I saw it on Brandon's board and was a little jealous. It has a nice shape to it. So went ahead and got one of those bad boys. We're going to be testing this week. So shout out to the Flow Life, who's got a slew of 5-inch wheels coming. Sick.
They do. In
But
their
I got
hub.
a burst on here right now.
Their hub. I love their hub.
Yeah, the More Than Enough hub looks sharp. We're got the options of the different magnets.
Send me. Hey,
48,
I'll send it
52.
back to you. I'll send it back to you after I write it. But send me one of your 5-inch hubs. I'd love to compare them.
This is Nick's right here. Shout out to Nick from Dirt Surfers. We got you a 5-inch, baby.
5-inch.
Let's go.
Those don't. Those are not available to purchase yet or pre-order.
So our 5-inch is a little different. Our 5-inch, no, it's gonna be on pre-order very soon. Our 5-inch is a little different than the TFL. I believe they don't have our 5-inch has different motor plates where you can take off the motor plates on each side, and it's very easy to press in a bearing. There's another difference. I think it's just one solid piece on the hub. I saw like a seam on their 5-inch. Is it 2 pieces? Are they in the
Nope.
chat?
I can.
Yeah. There's some differences between our 2 hubs. So
Yes.
it's cool to have different options, and it's cool to have them made differently. I think it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, this is similar to Onewheel's hub where you get one side that comes off, the other is on.
For sure.
But it's
Yeah, there's some cool differences in the two hubs. We're going to be having options as well as far as the magnets. The 52s are going to be for your low end power, and then the 48s are going to be for more of your top speed. I'll probably be rocking more of the 48s, maybe the 52s. Maybe the 48s are the free spin. Maybe the free spin is making the 48s not as much of a thing. So we may not even have 48s. Who knows? We're still over here diving in, and since we're second to market, I think we can do that. We can kind of dial in a little more.
yeah,
We're actually going between 2 different widths right now. I have 2 setups. Yeah, I have 2 different setups that are exactly the same, and I'm going to Arkansas this weekend, and I will know which one I like better. I think we're really hoping it's the more nimble one because that's able to fit on some really cool tires on there. But the squirreliness or whatever you were saying a minute ago. Come on, baby. There you go, girl. The squirreliness you were talking about a minute ago. It's
Yes.
a little more. It's a little more squirrely on that thinner one, but it's been really cool with the tires that's I've been putting on there. So, like for example, check out this monster 7-inch because of the thin
yeah.
billet.
That's a whole lot of rubber.
Baby.
That's a whole lot of. I mean, that's a monster tire. It doesn't look like it.
The sound went away for a second because my Bluetooth kicked on my Tesla over there. But,
yeah, you gotta love it. It sounded like a Tesla when it was starting.
Yeah, no, it is. That's actually like a new feature that it comes with on the 2024 Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm ahead of shit. So.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, that's why you're on this podcast. We're trying to keep up with what's happening.
One wheel handy. Just keep.
Yeah, that's why.
Handy.
Hey, the reason why Jeff has 3 1-wheels in his car at all times is so he can get to where he needs to actually go. Yep, there's the pieces of it. This guy, he's freezing.
Yeah, I ran out of time. I got to go get little Jeff.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, we
damn
told
it.
you we'd keep you to 3 o'clock.
Yeah, my bad.
We're gonna, Jeff.
losing you.
We're
I
gonna
gotta
let
get
you
little
go.
Jeff. I can continue.
We'll let you
Okay.
go. Thank you, Jeff, so much for hanging with us today. We said we'd keep you till 3. It's just a little bit past 3. So thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing all your thoughts. We love you around here. You
Love
always
ya,
put a smile on
Jeff.
our face, Jeff.
Bye, Jeff.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. We hear you
love
now.
We're saying goodbye.
I love you guys too. Bye. Shout out to everyone that watched, and shout out to you guys. Thank y'all.
We'll
Shout
see
out
ya.
to
Thank you,
you,
Jeff. Go get little Jeff.
Bye.
Bye. Seriously, if you are not subscribed or following Jeff on YouTube or Instagram, you're missing out on some clear entertainment.
He's real funny.
Very funny. What's your takeaway? You learned anything today from Jeff?
He likes his 5-inch hub.
Yeah, that's what you got. That's what you got out of that whole thing. You got. He likes his
He-
5-inch hub.
No, I think Jeff is so great because he's so passionate about what him and his crew is doing. But yeah, he said it over and over. You need options. You need 17 boards with different setups to just
Yeah, that's
grab
what I
one
said.
and go.
What I learned is that you just need one of everything. It sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah. What
One
we
of
need to
every
do-
mod.
We
multiple
got.
boards.
Here's what I've also learned is that we need jobs at multiple one-wheel,
Yes.
like third
Yeah,
party.
That's smart.
So that
Yeah.
you can get all of these stinking things to try. Because here's I think the drawback to all of this, ladies. There's so many options out there, but it is a massive jump to go. I want a 5-inch hub. I've never rode it. I'm going to spend $500. Like, what are they
It's-
going for at Float Life?
Let me look.
I think they're the MTE hubs. What are they going for? Because that's a big, like, there's got to be a way for people to be able to maybe ride them, experience them, because without it, because I get it, I can share my opinion on it, and I hands down, if you want one of the quickest upgrades that would change the way you ride, 5-inch hub all day. I think, like Jeff saying the 6-inch, I like the 6-inch, but you're only going down a half. That whole 1.5 inches is
a
game
like,
changer.
different.
It's equivalent to when you got your pint for the first time coming from XR. You're like, whoa. You would say it's squirrely, not in a negative way.
No,
it just was nimble.
Right.
And so I know that can be taken as bad. I'm not saying bad. I'm saying it's just a nimble ride. It's squirrely, and you got to get used to that. It's not bad,
It's
not
just a
negative.
different type
Right.
of ride. But that's the same, early on when you even got the XR way back in the day and started doing the different tires to see what ride was better on that, and reviewing all the different tires. That seemed, like manageable. Tires were anywhere from 70 to a little over $100. Now they're probably a little bit more, but it just was like, okay, you switch that out. But now you're talking within 2 changes, you're halfway to the one wheel, to buying a GTS.
Right.
Of figuring out with the hubs and all of the rails, all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, how does one manage?
I just don't know how it's not advantageous for Float Life or One Wheel Parts or Craft and Ride to send out demos and mail them back. There's just no. I mean, there's a
No,
reason Netflix stopped giving out DVDs and sending them back because it just took forever. Lil, what's the price on there? I think
I can't find
Someone
it.
put in here it's
yeah,
$4.99
plus.
Yeah, I searched for hub and I'm still not finding it.
You don't see MTE
No.
on the
But
Float
there's
Life.
a float clock that we should get for the new office.
We should.
Yeah, I got distracted.
Well,
She
great. I'd
started
pick one of those.
online shopping.
We do need a clock in here.
Yeah,
That's
sweet.
perfect. Is it like an analog
No,
clock?
it's an analog clock.
Yeah, that's great.
But you can even fit it in a tire. And that's
Oh,
cute.
it's a hub, right?
Yeah, it's a
inside
hub.
a hub clock. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's fun.
Yep.
Hey, we were asked earlier, way at the beginning of your opinion, your point of view on the performance treaded or enduro tire if you had to choose. And it's kind of similar along like what we're talking about with the hub. If you have to choose, what do you go with?
Well, let's start with price. I believe the enduro. Like somebody give me the price of the
Oh, we
enduro.
did this. We did this.
We
I think,
did?
Yeah, the performance is cheap. It's more expensive.
I don't remember doing this.
Okay, let's see.
You get you're on enduro.
I'm on Float Life already, and
Yep, and
Enduro's
you-
125. for
125.
GT.
Yeah. So the GT performance is more. We did price it out when we were trying to put together to make it a GTS.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So GT performance tire, I believe, is I'm gonna guess 160. I could be wrong on that.
GT. It's coming. Just moving slow.
Yeah, come on with the fingers faster.
Come on.
Somebody's
come on.
gonna say that you don't like Lily or something. Okay.
It's the GT performance tire is 125.
Okay.
What's the difference between?
The treaded is.
I see difference. There's the GT tire and now the GT performance.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
And the
that
performance
was,
is 125.
Yes.
Okay, great.
GT tire.
So they're
is
about the
105.
same. Okay, so now I'm gonna go. Do you want a wider girth on your tire, because the GT performance tire now is a 7-inch versus 6.5, where the Enduro is? I really like both tires. Now that's like, well, pick one. The Enduro did great as we rode it in snow, rain, pavement, and in trails. Killed it. It is your ultimate hybrid tire. I think the thing that makes the GT Performance different is the 7-inch. I don't think it's a tire you just slap on and you naturally feel what you just felt from coming from the stock tire. I think there's a learning curve because of that 7-inch. The now carving ability is different. It's not harder. It's just different. You don't fall into the turns as much as you do with the GT Enduro tire from Float Life. And so if I'm picking one and I don't want a learning curve, I'm trying to stay close to the stock, then I probably would do the Enduro. Currently, again, rocking the GT Performance tire on the GTS series, and I love that tire. I really like it. I don't think I've rode it for very many miles on the street, so I can't speak to that. Trails, that thing crushes and mobs well. So I don't know if I answered your question. I did say the Enduro tire is probably where I would lean if I'm choosing one. But you have to understand you probably will go through an Enduro tire just... If you get the standard, the one I have, it's thinner.
You'll probably need to replace it sooner.
Yeah, which is fine. It's what you do with tires.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my opinion. But I am a huge fan. I like with 5-inch hub.
But
I would love to try the Enduro 5-inch.
The Enduro tire on the 5-inch?
Yeah, they're making one that is going to go on that. I'd love to try that.
That's right. Jeff was just saying that. That's right.
I would love to try it because it would just be like, wow. It's got to be.
But now it's safe to say also that you've ran on the Enduro much longer time than you have the performance tire. So
yeah,
it makes sense you'd favor that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And again, the Enduro is just, you get it on there and you're like, wow. I think you just slap it on there and there's not this barrier to entries. They're just all sound so negative, and I'm not being negative in, it's the worst tire. It's just 5-inch hub. You get on there as a learning curve. It doesn't ride. It's not meant to ride like the stock.
But is that the only tire that's available for the 5-inch hub? That's what the Float Life was saying.
No, you can get all kinds. You got Vega, Burris, Enduro's tires coming out from Float Life. There's just a slew. The reason people are going down to these 5-inch hubs is, yes, it's rideability, but your access to more tires. Because on a GT, you really have right now 4 tires available, and that's if GT or the GOAT is actually where you can you buy the GOAT tire right now from Flight Fins, Lil, and get it today, or is it still pre-order? We have that review dropping this week, by the way, with surprising results. You didn't ask about it. I'm not sharing my thoughts on that quite yet, but it's worth mentioning. So you got 4 options. You have the GT Performance, you have the GT, I'm just going to say all one-wheel tires because you get the GT treaded or slick when it comes to it. So you get the Performance.
You can buy it.
You have the GOAT, you have Enduro, and you have... Maybe that's it. Maybe there's only 3 options.
Well, the fourth one is what you're saying if you have the GT. Just the GT treaded or slick.
GT treaded, GT Performance, GT Enduro.
And GOAT.
And GOAT. Yeah, there's your 4 tires. Those are the options you got right now. And 6 months ago, you didn't even have those options. You were down to 2 or 3. So... going to a 5-inch hub gives you a slew of go-kart tires now that you can have access to.
I get it.
And
okay.
That's not only the ride, not only is the ride there, it's the, and you see Floaty in there. He's saying in the 555, is it? Enduro tire is so good. How could it not be? You're taking a tire that was so good already, it's 6.5, and with so much more rubber on there. It's got a little bit more cushion. The suspension on a 5-inch hub is so awesome. I do think, again, there's got to be all these things, all the mods that we make. You put flight fins on a board, or you put hooks from land over, I think it is, or you put on the Control Freaks. They all change the ride, and it's your learning curve, and we can adjust to it. There just is. New foot pads. There's a bit of a learning curve, and none of it's negative. So, Lil, what was your thought? Like, did you notice a change in the foot pad when you jumped on the GTS? Back to that conversation.
My feet definitely weren't like super comfortable, but I didn't think maybe this is because it's the new foot pad. I would need to ride it some more, I think.
You do. Mm-hmm. That was one of the first things I really noticed. Now, I was hopping on from GT to the GTS series, and I could see the difference in going from the flat, low boy foot pads to my boys both have different foot pads, and I was always loved the feel on the GTS of coming back to that lower center of gravity because those foot pads are thinner. I didn't have foot fatigue. I didn't have my soles of my feet weren't getting sliced into. It was just a very nice ride in that. So I think as Christmas lists are being made, and we're going to do that probably in a couple of weeks, what you should have for Christmas should be asking for. There probably should be in there a hub for you in some capacity that you would want to try to ride. And realize that maybe the idea with the clock, Lil, with the hub, is maybe you buy the hub, you don't like it, you at least you could turn it into a clock.
Wait, it doesn't.
No, the clock.
I know the clock is separate, but I'm saying there's a risk to buy these
what?
hubs. Like you go to onewheelparts.com.
Sure, you can turn
and you
it
buy
into
a
Not
a clock
everyone
if you
wants
want.
to turn it into a wall. Or
I'd
something
return
like
it.
that.
No, but it's $500. So like you're
Right.
out $500 if you
Yeah.
absolutely hate it. That's just a large.
You
I
can't
don't know.
return it. They're
After you
unreturnable.
ride it.
Right.
Yeah, I
on,
guess
no
so. I
way.
guess not.
I don't think so. I mean, have you ever looked at your?
No,
Your hub?
well, yeah, I've ridden it a ton though. Like if you ride it once and are like, I'm not into this, or ride it a few times.
I don't think you can ride it. I just don't think you can ride it once and
It makes
decide
sense.
I'm in or out. I think you're riding the thing for miles upon miles to make that assessment
Yeah, it makes sense.
because
Yeah,
it's
so then you're
$500.
just out. Sucks.
$500 for like. I'm not saying that's a lot of money. I think it's priced right. I just think $500 on a risk that I don't know if I'm going to like or not. That's just tough. That's like the new rails that everybody drops. Unless you've been at a group ride or something and rode somebody's, are you really gonna,
Well, yeah.
like the 007s? They look sweet, right? They look awesome.
Yeah, it would be hard to not try it, but that's what's nice about the community. Most people can, but someone has to bite the bullet first, I guess. Unless you get to try it from someone like Jeff, who will just have them.
Yeah, his quiver.
Yeah, but don't you think
quiver.
that's a little bit of, well, I don't know.
I do wish there was a way, like, for people to be able to experience these products before having to purchase. Because I think,
Well, this isn't necessarily a third party, but isn't that a little bit of the racing team? Like that's like they go to all these events to let people try this
But
GTS,
they're not going to do third party.
but
though.
they're not
Yeah.
going to do third party stuff. So, but Future Motion has this team now to go try their stuff. What if people did that? What if they picked a few people and said, "Hey, go"?
I think somebody
Which-
buying into Onewheel, I don't know. Yes, it's expensive, and yes, do I know if I'm actually gonna like that? But I think you can look at it and go, that really interests me. That seems to be the thing I'd love to be in. I've enjoyed skateboarding. I've enjoyed surfing. Then I'm gonna purchase it. You can do that like that if you have the money. Just going, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it. It's the aftermarket stuff that you're gonna have to go purchase that you don't know if you're gonna ride.
Yeah.
And I feel
Well-
that for the third party people because, and that's why I
We've
like
already-
our YouTube.
that's what I was saying.
The
We've already
reason we
experienced that.
started the part of their YouTube channel was that, man, let us be a bit like, hey, we'll share you our thoughts. Here's what we're this is how we ride, and we like this or we don't like this, and help people be able to make those decisions on what they're going to ride.
Yeah.
Because I like watching people create stuff and get it out there, and so. The different rails, I like that we've gotten to try them. We have opinions on the 357s. We have opinions on the Ws. We have opinions on the steep and deep Ws because we own them and rode them. So we're stoked on it. And then here's what we're going to do as we begin to, we're going to spend the last few minutes talking about Christmas season because that's around the corner and everybody's got Black Friday deals. I still think on Black Friday, people are going to drop deals. I think the deals we're seeing now aren't the actual Black Friday deals. They're just leveraging it, everywhere you see. I'm not talking about Onewheel. I'm just talking about everyone.
I'm sure. Maybe it'll be free shipping.
What we're going to do is we're going to do a giveaway of a complete set of WTF rails, never ridden, straight in the box. We're going to give away a fender, and we're going to give away a couple other things. There's going to be one big surprise gift. Big giveaway in the month of December. Obviously, it'll be about subscribing to our channel and all those things. We'll give you more of how to get it, but we're giving away black.
It's a good prize pack.
Yeah, black WTF rails. And one of our favorite fenders, we do have a review coming out on the fenders that Float Life has. We have the clear version. Awesome. I didn't know if I was going to like the clear, and then I wrote it, and I was like, I actually kind of like to look at my tire while I still ride. So it's kind of nice. We have a couple of those in the family.
You like to look at your tire?
Yeah.
Just be careful. Don't look at it too long. You're going to face plant.
Could happen. One of our kids did that riding up a hill on a pint the other day trying to keep up with the GT.
Here's a really good question for you. When are you going to start building an indoor one-wheel racetrack?
Yeah.
I love how they say the indoor, like we were planning on doing that. Now, some people, there's one in the city, or like being built or something, but not for one wheels.
Yes, it is.
So they exist.
Yeah, they exist. I would love to have that. We don't have a facility at the
We
moment.
need somebody to buy us a massive building.
And we'll build
Morton
it.
building, and we'll build it.
Yeah.
We can get land.
Hey, if you want to give resources for said project, we will do it, and then we'll invite people. That'd be sweet, right? A big old building out
That'd be
here.
awesome.
I don't know how big you'd have to make it big
It would
for
need
you
to
to
be
feel.
big. I don't know if there's.
You're looking like a massive Morton building. Even that you could do like layers in to be able to race all up and
goes
down.
up and down. Oh, I like where you're.
That'd be sick.
But hold on. We
ride
can't
that.
talk about. We've talked about going up things too much. Jeff said that.
Well, you can always have an elevator to go to the top and then ride all the way down.
Yeah.
Let's go
Make
just
it
get a
happen.
parking lot. Let's go, or a parking deck like that.
No, that'd be sweet.
That'd be sick.
Actually. Okay, hey, thanks for watching today. Thanks, Jeff, for making time. It's been a while to have him on. Congrats on winning over the weekend. Can't wait to see what he's going to do in the 2024 race season. We didn't really ask him that question, but I think you already knew the answer. Yes, he's racing. Pretty excited to have him. He brings a lot to the table out there on those
He
races.
is so funny.
Thank you for everybody that's in the chat, and thank you for all the third-party companies out there that make the Onewheel community what it is. It's pretty fun to talk about your products and the must-haves and how you're changing the sport. It's been a lot of fun. So if you're still around and you haven't subscribed to the channel, hey, you should probably do that. We have reviews dropping on all kinds of stuff. We're really excited about those things. Lily and Holly, thanks for being with me today. I guess
Another
it's
Wednesday
us.
down. 20 more weeks until we hit 100.
20 more weeks. That's
How many? When is that?
Well, if there's four Wednesdays in a month.
20 more episodes.
Yeah, but
you're
like,
saying?
are we here next week?
Ooh, are we gonna be here?
It's a holiday week, and then like the week of, I don't know, let's just say Christmas. Are we here? So it's like maybe around. I'm gonna count. Okay, so you can chat about
but
that.
hold on, you know what the tough part about your question is? We have a lot in here on our on the podcasts that aren't numbered. So we could already be at 100.
Why aren't they numbered?
Well, because we did like the week rolling into Race for the Rail. We did 3 or 4
You're right.
that week.
You're right.
Well, we only counted Wednesday as one of the numbers. So what you got to do is go to the playlist that says podcast and see how many are in the podcast.
Yeah, because if it was me counting, it's about August, the end of August.
Next year?
That seems
Next
so
year.
much longer than
It
20.
seems so much longer than.
That's so far away.
Yeah.
100 is like going 2 years,
Straight.
almost 2 years because it's 52. But I was just thinking today when we were putting what we were going to talk about today, we were here for the GT launch, the Pint X launch, and we've been running ever since, really.
Yeah.
And before that, we did but we've been around for a long time.
Yeah. We're probably
yeah.
closer because of that week of Race for the Rail podcasts.
Yeah, we'll look and we'll get back to you.
It's probably like an extra 4 or 5. I wouldn't say it's that many.
Maybe.
We'll add it up.
We'll let you know, everybody. It's been a
It'd be
pleasure
like the
with all of
100th
you
day of
today.
school.
We're going to go ride through the trails because the weather is beautiful here. The trails are awesome.
And Tyler said it earlier, in Minnesota, there might not be many more days like
Winter
this.
is coming.
This
Winter
is true.
coming.
So we're going to mob while we can and look out for, we'll put it on the Instagram, what's in the Christmas package that we're going to be doing as a giveaway. I think we might do something like something fun where you got to be in the chat for 3 weeks in a row to enter. You have to be subscribed. Oh, that'd be pretty fun. You have to be active.
Fun stipulations.
Might have to look for Scott Mendenhall and Friends jersey.
For sure, that's in there. That'll all be happening. Actually, let's take one last poll, one quiz. Okay, if you would do me a favor and unplug the top plug there, we're going to show you. If we can go to the wide shot there, not the GoPro, but the other shot. There we go. That's without color. Okay, now go to the tighter shot where I'm standing. Okay.
Number two, girlfriend.
That's not. There we go. Okay, so there it is without the light in the back. What do we think? Do we like that? It just changes.
I think it's sweet. I think if we have like a nighttime podcast, that's a vibe.
Oh, you feel like maybe when Holly and I do our parenting podcast, that's what we.
Ooh, yeah, you change it up. Yeah, that's so different.
I like that glowing look though. It really makes you pop off.
We'll see what the people say. Some probably are just listening though.
Yeah, this is true. But with that, my flannel in the backdrop. With no lights on it, it matches for sure.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. All right, have a great day, everybody. We are so stoked to have you hang with us every week on Wednesday. Be safe out there. Bye now.
Bye. Woo!